Welcome back to Update Day, and in this week's update we have some big changes for Guardians of the Rift. If you happen to miss last week's adjustments, they bumped the numbers of players that were allowed to enter the room, and they increased the chance of getting Abyssal Pearls by 15%. And for our first change this week, they've added timers onto the top left menu that showcase how long the altars are going to be active. On top of that, there's also going to be a timer under the shortcut showing how long it'll still be open before it closes. And they've made dedicated Guardians of the Rift worlds, which are now 445, which is US West, and 522 for the UK. Next up on our changes, they've made a big reduction in the Abyssal Pearls required to purchase the outfit, the Raiments of the Eye. The hat has been reduced from 500 to 400, the top from 400 to 350, the bottom from 400 to 350 as well, and then the boots from 300 to 250. Bringing the entire cost of the outfit down from 1600 pearls to 1350, which if you haven't tested out much Guardians of the Rift yet is quite a few hours in playtime. And if you did already purchase some pieces of the outfit at the higher price, you will be refunded the difference in Abyssal Pearls upon logging in today. Initially, these will be sent to your bank, but if they cannot go to your bank, they will be placed in your inventory, and then failing that, they will be dropped right below you on the ground. Next up, they've also added a visual to the barrier in the lobby that indicates when you're able to enter the minigame. The eye design on the barrier will now open when players can enter and will be closed when the room is at capacity or after phase 1 of the minigame has started. And then speaking more with visual changes, they're aware of the light effects are bothersome to some of the players when entering and exiting altars. So now the next time you enter the minigame, you'll be prompted with a message asking whether you'd like to turn these features off. They've made a slight adjustment to the pathing of the elemental guardians and abyssal creatures. And they've also implemented a fix that the Abyssal Lantern will no longer be lost on death unless you're above 20 wilderness. And then the final changes that have been implemented this week is you can now drop any of the items within the minigame rather than having to click through multiple destroy options. You can now uncharge your Ring of Elements by right-clicking it. There's now a quick pass option in the barrier for the lobby. And when two players are trying to create a Rift Guardian with different tier batteries, the higher tier battery will be prioritized. And then apart from some other visual and textual mishaps, the inspect option on the Abyssal Needle will now give better instructions for its uses. That is it for this week's changes for Guardians of the Rift, but at the same time, they've also stated they're not completely done with the minigame, and they're still going to be looking back at it along with making some future changes that haven't been implemented this week. Some of these changes include adding it to the high scores, extending the winning phase to allow players to use extra Guardian Stones they already have within their inventory without missing out on points, and then also finding a way to incentivize players to play more defensive at the start of the game by placing Rift Guardians and shield barriers, because it currently doesn't feel rewarding enough. And to round off this week's update, now that the dust has settled with Nex, they've reverted the drop rate for uniques back to 1 in 43 from the current rate, which was 1 in 53. Well, that's everything for this week's update. If you guys did enjoy or found the video helpful, consider dropping a like. It massively helps me out. And if you're not already, hit that subscribe button down below. We're getting pretty close to 3,000 subscribers, and I'd massively appreciate it. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next video.